Welcome to day 2 of Chronic Illness Daily. The first thing to say is I was completely overwhelmed by the response to yesterday's video on the forum, the Dr. Myhill forum. Thank you guys, all of you guys who've commented. Just thanks so much for those comments. They were just so validating, and so I want to respond to each one individually, and I'll try and do that, but it's just really I expected to get like 2 likes and then for it to move down the feed, but oh my god, thank you. It's very validating. So the theme is still that chronic illness is messy and it's variable, isn't it? How you feel each day is hugely variable, and today I've actually had quite a good day. I couldn't sleep last night, got to bed really late. I was taking full doses of my treatment, and I thought to myself, I'm going to have an absolutely buggered day tomorrow. And then I woke up this morning and I felt quite positive, and I had quite a nice morning. I don't understand why, except that maybe something has moved on a little bit. But yeah, it does that, doesn't it? It does that. I don't know why. And I've had quite a social day, which is quite unusual for me. I met up with 2 people. Even though my social anxiety was quite difficult to get over with the first guy I met up with, I was very anxious on the way there. And, you know, as usual, I've spent the day trying to get my brain to function, trying to get my brain to produce words when I want them, and sentences when I want them, and quite often doesn't really perform. Do you guys get that? Cog fog? Somebody said to me today it's called. I've never heard that before. Cog fog. I get a lot of cog fog. But today I want to talk about something about where do we take ourselves? Who can you take your truth to when you're chronically ill? Because I had a bit of a slightly triggering experience today with a guy I met up with. We're in a men's group together, a men's therapy group. I do quite a lot of counselling. I'm in 2 therapy groups and a one-on-one counsellor too. I consider them a bit of a lifeline. Even though I'll probably do another video one day on how counselling and chronic illness don't exactly line up. Actually, they can be quite at odds with each other. That's for another day. Anyway, I met up with this guy. We were in the men's group together, and I began talking, and I was talking about something. I have no idea what it was. And he sort of said, in not so many words, or no, he said in so many words. He said exactly in these words, like, I think we focus on the negative a little bit too much sometimes. And by we, he didn't mean me and him. He meant all of us in the men's group, and he was sort of saying that for him, you know, with his stuff, he doesn't want to do that as much. He wants to focus a bit more on the positive, and I felt hugely triggered by that, like really like shut off. I felt, you know, because I've experienced this a lot before, you know, I've experienced it before quite a few times where people, they don't want to hear it, you know, when you're bringing your negative story. They don't want to hear it. And it's not like I want to fixate on the negative. I don't want to, but it's actually the honest answer to how am I and what's going on, you know. The honest answer quite often is quite difficult, challenging. So as all of you probably know, it becomes very difficult to take your truth to people. And I bet every one of you who's listening to this has become quite accomplished at hiding how you actually feel. You've probably become quite accomplished at answering the how are you question quite artfully. without actually saying the truth, because it's such a difficult symmetrical thing. Because I think I've had the experience of being around people who, you know, drain you a little bit and bring a lot of negativity. I've had that experience, and you know, this is when I'm feeling good, by the way. When I feel good, you know, you do want to commune with the more positive, and you want to, you know, you do want that when you're feeling alright. But the reality of chronic illness is relentlessly, consistently negative, difficult, you know. It can be like that. It's day in, day out, month in, month out, year in, year out sometimes, you know. I record a lot of videos, a lot of video diaries, and I keep journals, and I've got them going back to 2011 at least. And when I look at the history in the videos and the journals, I can't believe how long this has gone on for. It's hard to even absorb how many days out of those years I felt like shit. That's the truth for me. That's the reality for me. It's my answer to how am I? And yet it becomes taboo in the world. It becomes completely taboo. You can't take it to many places. And that's what I mean by symmetry. You know, I feel it myself. Like, I don't want to absorb other people's negativity. Sometimes I get a bit full to the brim of somebody's difficulty, and I know what that feeling feels like. It feels like can't take that right now. But on the other side of it, the truth is pretty fucking relentlessly negative. It can be, can't it? So where do you take yourself? That's the sort of question I want to leave with you today. And you know, if that resonates with you, maybe leave a comment. And it's just, do you get what I mean? It's sort of like I said yesterday, not only do you have to deal with your physical symptoms, your mental health symptoms, your cognitive symptoms, whatever else symptoms, you get trained very, very well by the world that you can't be yourself in this. So you get very skilled at hiding it, and that is a psychological burden to carry. Like, it's a real psychological weight to carry. Because you need to express where you are, don't you? I've sort of found ways to deal with that by making video diaries, by doing writing and counselling. Like, I have a one-on-one counsellor now who's really great. I've trained her in over the 2 years that I've been seeing. I've trained her in how to understand my illness and how I understand it. And now she's really like on my team. I get that sense. So she's really like the one person in the world where I can take it. So I have that. And outside of that, it's pieces of paper and it's videos like this. So where do you take yourself? Where do you take yourself? It's difficult, isn't it?